Aloha and mahalo for joining me. I'm Janet and welcome to the Call to Create podcast. Thank you for being here. I'm here to help you start your business. I'm here to talk about all things creativity, and you were meant to create. And today I wanted to talk about the Olympics because I love the Olympics. And I find it interesting how, things have changed in the Olympics. Before, it was only every 4 years. You had the Summer Olympics that summer, and then that December you had the Winter Olympics. But now, I don't know how many years ago, they changed it where every 2 years they alternate every 2 years. So like 2 years ago it was the Winter Olympics, and then right now we have the Summer Olympics going on in Tokyo, Japan. And I just love watching the Olympics because I look at these amazing athletes and I just am in awe of all the years that they've spent practicing, learning discipline, practicing for hours and hours and days, and it just is amazing how great these athletes are in their sport. Now I look at them and I'm thinking, man, if I only had that kind of discipline myself, that would be amazing. I could do so much. I could probably check off all my bucket list items, my dream list items. I could probably have already done all of it if I just had the discipline and the determination like these athletes do. And I want to talk about that because in business, it's the same way. Things take time. Sometimes things take many, many years to get rolling, get moving. Sometimes it takes years to really grow your email list or your clients, or it just takes years sometimes to get established and to start making more money and having more impact. And I look at these athletes as such a great example of what it takes to succeed. And I love when they interview these athletes too, like either before or after they compete. And their life stories, they talk about things that are going on. A lot of them have had family members who have gotten sick or who have passed away. And they also talk about the struggles, what it took for them to get where they are. And I just think it's fascinating because if we never ever heard from these athletes and for them to hear their personal stories, we would just think that these athletes are special. They were born with these special abilities and they don't have any problems or anything like that. But because they are interviewed and they share some of these really painful things that they've gone through, it really helps. And it helps me to know that, okay, I'm not alone. I've got struggles. I've got things that go on in my family and I have my own weaknesses. And it makes me feel like, okay, it's not so bad after all with what I'm going through, because despite what they're going through and have gone through in their life, they still manage to stick with practicing and training and putting in the mental and physical exercises to get where they are. And I really want to share that with you because it's so easy to give up. Like I've had many moments where I've wanted to give up on business and in all kinds of things that I've been doing in my life. And this Olympics is just a reminder for me that it's worth it if you stick it out. It is very, very worth it. Now, we're not going to get a gold medal for sticking it out in our business or anything like that. But to me, the gold medal is when you can help someone succeed, or if you have a product you want to sell and your customer is so happy and excited and they just tell you how much it means for them to buy your artwork or whatever. It's just amazing. To me, that's like a gold medal. You don't have to actually physically have one, But to have those experiences and to know how hard you've worked on something, and to look at how far you've come, to me, that is a winning gold medal. And, sometimes we may not get our own gold medal. Sometimes it may take, a lot longer than we want or we anticipate. But I want to encourage you to just keep with it when you feel discouraged or you're frustrated or you're not meeting your goals in your business, or if you have family things that come up. A lot of family members have gotten sick, or, things have happened where it just seems to throw a curveball into your life and your business. So I want to just say hang in there, because it's worth it. And these athletes have proven over and over how much it's worth it. And I know they all want to win a gold medal, but I was thinking last night just watching the swimming, and I was thinking, some of them got silver and gold, some of them never even got any medal because they came in fourth and beyond. But to me, they're all winners. Like, you don't have to get a gold, silver, or bronze medal just to be considered a winner. To me, a winner is someone who sticks it out, who does what they need to do all those years and puts in that effort to put in that effort, and possibly even blood, sweat, and tears. These athletes, they put their whole heart and soul into all of it. And, some of them have even talked about, the injuries that they've gone through and the surgeries and all of that. So I think it's just amazing, and it's a good reminder. And I'm so grateful that they have things like this, like the Olympics, to remind us about what we can accomplish if we put our whole heart and soul into something. And that's what I wanted to share with you and remind you that, keep with it, commit yourself, put your whole heart and soul into what you're doing, especially your business, because business can be hard, it can be frustrating, it can seem like it takes forever, but just stick with it, and I promise you, you won't regret it in the end. I mean, who knows when that's going to end. You may have your business for the rest of your life, or you may not, but just stick with it, because there's so many things that you learn along the way, and you get better at things, and the more that you try and do things, the better you get at it. And sometimes you find ways of doing something better, or you find the more efficient way, or you find that there's other ways of doing things that will make a difference. So the more you put into it, the more you get out of it. And not to mention a sense of satisfaction and joy, because I want that for you. I want you to have that sense of satisfaction and joy. And, you may not be an Olympic athlete, and I'm not, and I know I will never be. I sure don't have that kind of skill and talent and that kind of discipline to do what it takes to get to the Olympics. But I just admire all of them, and I wish the best for all of them, no matter what country they're from. I want all of them to succeed, because it's such a great example for everyone around the world. But think about it. What is it that you can do and focus on that may be frustrating? Think about what it is that maybe you need some input on because you're not sure, you've tried things and it's not working out. If you have any questions, you can always send me a direct message, or you can always email me at aloha@janetjohnson.com. I would love to talk with you. But think about it and stick with it. And you can do this. I know you can, because you have worth and value, and you can do what you need to do and move forward. And please share this podcast with anyone who you know would get great value out of listening to it, especially if you know that they're thinking about starting their own business. Or even if they're not, there's still great value that I share in each episode that can bring value to women, even if they aren't interested in starting their own business. And please rate and review this podcast. I would appreciate it. And thank you so much. I hope you have a great day. Aloha.